All right, this is the last of the sequence of 4 videos for the semester. This last video is in regards to what it means to be a scholarly person. Like I said, this is kind of a compilation of the whole semester's material, just pertaining to my journey as what it means to me to be a scholarly person and pursuing the career of becoming a lawyer, being in constitutional law. As far as this presentation goes, we'll be covering the traits of what I believe to be a scholarly person, traits of an everyday hero, my academic plan outline, which I'm in the process of going through right now while being in college, and that pertaining to my professional plan outline, which is also, I guess you could say, which I'm in the middle of being in college right now, social justice challenges and multicultural awareness, which is a huge part of being a constitutional lawyer. You get to deal with specifically the social justice challenges, benefits of being an educated person, and the reading material for the semester was Luck is No Accident, and there are 2 stories which pertain to, I guess, what I believe to be a scholarly person, just going through life, and that is going to be at the end of the presentation. Starting off, being a scholarly person, I believe that one needs to convey authority to be a scholarly person, being articulate in the field in which they are studying, one that can speak with authority too, and clarity about the research which they are involved. Passion is also big in being a scholarly person, I believe. Passionate about what they are studying, passionate about the answers that they're trying to find. Persistence, also. Being a scholar, we'd like to show being resolute in what we're speaking about, and going through this class, I think having a deep explanation, finding and seeking a deeper explanation of what it is, in my case, to become a constitutional lawyer and the path that I have created. Ethics and the immersion in, I guess, a field of study. Being immersed in the field of study that you want to go into is something that I think is something a scholarly person must hold. My everyday hero traits, something that I would believe to find in an everyday, quote, hero is number 1, truth. They have to present the facts with an unbiased manner, no matter what the conclusion is. So you know, even if you may have a bias, you cannot have, I guess, the ends justify the means principle. Being adaptable, a scholarly person has to convey to different audiences what, I guess, the overall principle, the overall conclusion, the answers that they have come up with. Like speaking to 5-year-olds, you have to speak to a 5-year-old the way that they would speak to you. Speaking to adults, they would have to, speak in that same manner, just to convey at an easier level the understandable points of what you are trying to get forward. The pertinence to everyday life, I think that's one thing that's also somewhat missing in a lot of, especially college classes I see, is that professors being scholarly, they kind of miss that everyday life connection, and it's hard for them to convey the topic's importance to the human race. They can't quite grasp that, and I think that's something that an everyday hero is prone to do. Trust, also, somebody that looks at you, somebody that follows you, they have to have that trust in what you are espousing. So something that is true, there has to be that trust there that what you are saying is true. That also kind of goes with the previous slide as well. It kind of goes back and forth. My academic plan, as of right now, satisfies my requirements for my undergraduate degree in political science, my major, and individualized studies is my minor. My individualized studies minor has to do more so with the skills and knowledge. I don't quite have a specific minor for that reason, but legal skills, legal knowledge, which Winona State does not have a minor for as of yet, so that's why I did pick the individualized studies minor. Some of the class samplings that I'm going through right now and continuing next semester, constitutional politics. My First Amendment class, American Constitutional History. One class I'm in right now is Legal Research and Writing 1, and next semester will be the number 2. And American Legal History is going to kind of round out what my next semester is going to look like. All of those will give me good background in constitutional law, the principles of the Constitution, history, and certain aspects of legal theory. My professional plan also kind of mixes with my schooling. Attending law school is part of this professional plan, or an equivalent undergraduate or graduate program in some related discipline. So most likely, if not law school, it would be history or a related constitutional discipline. Once again, becoming a constitutional lawyer is also part of this professional plan. Other careers, however, if it is not a constitutional lawyer, I'm really interested in becoming a college professor. Possibility of being a politician or going into politics, and this kind of segues into, I like to watch The West Wing, so becoming a White House in-house counsel or advisor would be something I'm looking into as well, or working for Congress, senators, representatives, doing something in that field. But my overall goal, and something that I've realized not only within the past year, but also through this class, kind of opened up my eyes, is just advancing the original intent principles established in the U.S. Constitution, liberty. That is my biggest interest. That's what I want to do. That's what drives me to create a professional plan like this. Social justice challenges. The legal field is closely related and associated with social justice, especially and specifically the constitutional lawyer. It's hard to distinguish a constitutional lawyer between the other lawyers because it is such a tight field being a lawyer. You have to deal with everything, but specifically the rights and rules and amendments outlined in the Constitution is what a constitutional lawyer deals in. So I guess the examples from recent marriage equality, just this past year, school prayer is a big one, religious liberty ties in with that, Affordable Care Act, and like contraceptive mandates, EPA pollution limits, and housing discrimination. It goes, I mean, we've had a constitution for more than 200 years, and there are many, many more different examples I could go, but these are some highlights within just the past few years. And as far as the text of the semester goes, the title of it was Lucky is No Accident, and it just had to deal with different, I guess, theories about life and putting together, more specifically, finding out what you want to do, and a self-help book. And there was a story in there that related to me, I thought, pretty well. 2 stories, actually. But one was Francesca's story, and the main principle within that was realize that unplanned events result in more unplanned events. So that just means that you can't plan for something that is obviously unplanned. So I guess my biggest takeaway was don't get distracted from your goal, number 1, and adapt to those unplanned challenges. The second story was Nicole's story, and the main principle and value through that was failure is a normal part of life and learning, and it is not a disaster. And that kind of goes and ties in with the first story, but the main takeaway in that was being persistent, not getting discouraged, and looking for those open doors. Fearing failure limits potential. That's a huge part. That's what I think a lot of people struggle with. And We've all heard the adage, don't know until you try it. So everybody doesn't know until they try doing something. You'll never know what your potential is. You'll never know how good or what will happen unless you try something for the first time. And I've been pretty good at that throughout my life. I can attest to that. So those were the two main stories that I picked through the book that related to my life the best. And the ending, being educated, helps in three main ways: professionally, within family life, and financially. Professionally, it opens greater opportunities, more doors. Being educated within the family, I do believe that you can grow stronger being educated within a family. You can talk about issues at a deeper level. You can talk about them more intelligently. I think that creates a stronger bond, becomes more established. And thirdly, financially, more education has been shown to equal a better financial outcome for yourself and for, later on possibly a family. So in all ways, being educated, all facets of life improves just from that one aspect. So that is the end of the presentation, the end of the videos for the semester. I had a great time with them, and thank you for watching.